Well, my Dr. C Invest series is going well, and I'm just about to cross the 300,000th view, and maybe time to take stock. And there's a pun for you, and intended. Not to be confused with my other site, which just crossed 4 million views, Chuck JPC. That one has trains, cats, travel, radio. I bet you noticed that. And Dr. C Invests, though, is not monetized, so I could maintain an objective view. Among other things, in my previous videos, I showed that it's always a good idea to take Social Security at the age 66, notwithstanding Oprah Winfrey's favorite financial advisor. Likewise, in the case of IRA accounts, that's not redundant, the A stands for arrangement, that the Roth IRA, the non-taxable, is only good if you're in a state or in a state of having higher taxes at retirement, notwithstanding the PBS guru. And then there's others such as paying your bills correctly, always after tax, a rate of return, notwithstanding the rich man, poor man guru. In the latest of my now some 58 videos, I've looked at a detail of extending the capital asset pricing model above and beyond, looked at some very sophisticated strategies with regard to selling covered call options. The idea there was go a year out and everything's going to be just about fine. Looked at strategies on why you should avoid the lottery, or if you do play it, how to play it smart. I did a nice summary of how to invest starting from the beginning all the way to the end. I've looked at the foreign exchange, some changes in terms of seasonalities, how demographics have smoothed out, refuting the so-called PEG ratio because it's mathematically redundant. If you rebalance, you automatically buy low and sell high, and so on. And these accompanied published papers, many of them side by side with the video versions therein. And I like to point out some stuff that, while not maybe heavy-handed in terms of academic prowess or confusing you with a lot of that math, but you notice I was not afraid to take you to the PhD level, which I know, BS, you know what that stands for, M.A. Morgan, and PhD, piled higher and deeper. And the one I really loved was looking at a comic book versus credit cards. Huh? You say, what? Yes, there was that famous comic book. Issue number 1, Action Comics, the first Superman, sold for $0.10 back in the 30s. A couple of years ago, sold for $10 million. There's a rate of return. You know what? You do the math. It's exactly if that dime had been in a credit card account, unpaid, taxable equivalent, that same dime would have been $10 million. And the difference between the two, of course, is paying off a credit card is certain, but like the stock market and or buying comic books is risky. So in a kind of a summary, I trust some of you realize now that I have presented something that is a contrast to a classroom presentation with a whiteboard or an old school blackboard, that you had a video so you could stop it, rewind it. I can make it terse and dense. And yes, there is a real me behind all these clean graphics that I designed all myself. And here I am.
It's not clear whether we're moving necessarily in a whole new direction or it's a perturbation from the course we're on. Only fools predict the future. Clearly, though, we have some of the warning signs of a traditional recession. Rates are beginning to climb, unemployment rates, both that and inflation rates.
So in summary, thanks for watching, and as always, with Dr. C Invest.